Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having an adult beverage, and you're gonna need it with this book because shit gets messy. The book is Emotional Charades by Taylor Bianca B. I did download this off of KU, and of course, I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights. And there are no listed content warnings, but this book does center around cheating, and normally for many people like myself, cheating is a hard no, but something about this book intrigued me, so you may want to stick around. My rating for this book is 4 stars, so what's it about? So this book is about Rebecca, who never expected to find the love of her life at 12 years old. Now it's 10 years later, and he's her fiance, and their relationship is one that others call couple goals, and Rebecca believed it. That is until she catches Eric kissing another woman, and his excuse is that it was all just an experiment to gain experience to avoid a potential divorce down the line, because as his professor in a recent study pointed out, there is a high rate of divorce between childhood sweethearts, and the cited reason is a lack of romantic experiences. So now Eric is pushing Rebecca to have her own experiments to gain experience. Heartbroken and unsure of what to do, she turns to those closest to her, expecting sympathy and help processing her difficult and conflicting emotions. Instead, it all falls on deaf ears, and they are expecting her to still show up and ace the MCAT, be the perfect maid of honor to her best friend, and to forgive Eric because they are just so perfect together, and in the end, it was just one kiss. Unsure of what to do, she ends up finding a friend in Christian, a fellow classmate who was with her when she found her fiance. While they may have started out as strangers, Christian's comfort and support has led to them bonding and becoming friends. So much so, she starts to wonder if this could become something more, which means she will have to decide whether or not she's going to give the man who hurt her so deeply another chance, or if she should take a chance on the man who's helping her to heal. But before all that could happen, she will have to figure out who she is and what she wants without the pressures that she and others place on her to be perfect. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this 4 stars. Now, this book is a little bit different for me because I'm usually not one to choose books that have cheating as such a large focus of the storyline. But something about the blurb intrigued me. I was curious, how can a couple, if a couple, can even truly come back from this kind of situation and find each other again? And I will say the author wrote a very compelling story that was very messy in her own words, and I agree 110%. But in some ways, that kind of made it seem more real because real life is messy. People and relationships are messy. So this book was definitely entertaining and messy, to say the least. Now, this book is centered around a group of young 20-year-olds that are hitting some big milestones one on top of another, all combined with real pressures placed on them by society, their friends and family, and even the pressures they're placing on themselves. So for Rebecca, when the person that she trusts most shatters the most stable part of her life, it is just gut-wrenching. It throws her world into chaos where she starts to make some questionable decisions. Some good, some bad, but in the end, all human. Now, I will say, while I found the book entertaining and I did finish it and I sympathized with the characters, I have to wonder if I actually like the characters. At times, I felt a little old because I just wanted to reach into this book and smack them upside the head and tell them to slow down and stop rushing, especially when it came to the relationships and marriage. Those are big things. But in the end, they are not, I get these are all characters also. But in the end, while their choices are not ones I would make, they are the choices that they would make. And in the end, they are human just like I am. And again, I realize they're fictional characters. And that just, again, made the book seem really real that in the end, we are all just human and we're not going to get it right. And it's all just going to be messy. So overall, it was a very entertaining book about something I normally don't find entertaining. So I will say that. I will just say that. This book is currently available. I hope you give it a try, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.